I will not dance to your war drum. I will not lend my name nor my bones to your war drum. I will not dance to your beating. I know that beat. It is lifeless. I know intimately that skin you are hitting. It was alive once, hunted, stolen, stretched. I will not dance to your drummed up war. I will not pop, spin, break for you. I will not hate for you or even hate you. I will not kill for you. Especially, I will not die for you. I will not mourn the murdered with murder or suicide. I will not side with you or dance to bombs because everyone is dancing. Everyone can be wrong. Life is a right, not collateral or casual. I will not forget where I come from. I will craft my own drum. Gather my beloved near and our chanting will be dancing. Our humming will be drumming. I will not be played. I will not lend my name nor my rhythm to your beat. I will dance and resist and dance and persist and dance. This heartbeat is louder than death. Your war drum ain't louder than this breath. What's up, Toronto? See you. Don't want to be your exotic like some delicate, fragile, colorful bird imprisoned, caged in a land foreign to the stretch of her wings. Don't want to be your exotic women everywhere look just like me. Some taller, darker, nicer than me. But like me just the same, women everywhere carry my nose on their faces, my name on their spirits. Don't seduce yourself with my otherness. The beat of my lashes against each other ain't some dark desert beat. It's just a blink. Get over it. Don't build around me your fetish, fantasy, your lustful profanity to cage me in. Clip my wings. Don't want to be your exotic. Your loving of my beauty ain't more than funky fornication, plain pink perversion. In fact, nasty necrophilia. Because my beauty is dead to you. Not your harem girl, geisha doll, banana picker, pom-pom girl, poom-poom short coffee maker, town whore, belly dancer, private dancer, la melenche, Venus hot and top laundry girl, video hoe. Your immaculate vessel, emasculating princess. Don't want to be not your erotic, not your exotic. Toronto, what's up? How y'all doing? Let me hear it, actually. I really appreciate it. So if you're making dua for me right now, you're praying for me, I feel you, and I thank you. Is there anyone here who's actually from Toronto?
Yes!
Wait, where? Who was born and raised in Toronto? Come on. I need to see a real Toronto person, because I've only seen hipsters who look like they're from Williamsburg. You're from here? What's your name?
I was born in Scarborough. I grew up in Pickering, Ontario. My favorite part of Toronto? My favorite part of Toronto? You can stay there. I'll stay here. It's like a skit. I love the parks.
What about the people?
All the people, of course.
And what's the best coffee spot in Toronto?
Melanie's house. Yeah.
I take it without sugar. So I just wanted to give it up to a real Toronto person. People move to your city because they want to be close to you. And it becomes really hard to afford to live in your city. Yeah. So I'm going to do a poem for you. You want to stay on stage while I do it for you?
Sure.
Okay. Because it's for where I'm from. Because I feel like Portland is sending all of their children to all these other cities. So I walk in my neighborhood and I don't recognize it anymore. And I'm from a little town, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, it's called Brooklyn, New York. You ever saw a t-shirt? You ever saw a t-shirt that said Brooklyn on it? Have you seen it? Where are your parents from, actually?
From Palestine and Lebanon.
Oh, so people want to move there too? Yes, you understand why. It's because you so fly. Sometimes we pose you loud, like a cheap trophy posturing, look at me, from the planet of illest MCs and brickish cheese. Sometimes, quietly, we know the streets is watching and our actions recorded. We secret you from those who patrol our thought and study our style. We leave you in order to see your beauty from a distance. Back home in instants, we drop baggage and settle into ourselves. Your children travel far, and wherever we are, we hear BK represent! Well, yani always the loud asses. We say, if you make it here, you got nothing to fear. True, every hood fashion fly shit, but they come to your streets to make it legit. You got as many stories as streets, as each of us shaped by your concrete and green. You became the safe Jerusalem for us not chosen, yet did not shelter Yusuf Hawkins running from hate. If we tell the truth here, we got nothing to fear. You molded heroes and sent them out on record tours. Brooklyn, I could write you forever, on every corner, on the backs of handball players, with the exhaust of your buildings for your exhausted masses. I could write you forever, on the absences and abundances of the childhoods you gifted us. Listen to how you gallop from my mouth. Make folks smile just to hear me talk, because they trace my cadence back to you. We always come home, and like love and heartbreak are two sides, one coin. You are your daughter's currency in foreign cities. We always come home, and you always make room, like expandable apartments filled with immigrants and their labors. You always make room for our sins and our saviors. You always make room for prodigal daughters who sometimes talk out loud to ourselves just to hear your stories come out our mouths. Thank you. Some new poems. Can I ask you, have you guys tweeted and Facebook and photoed and videoed? Because it would be nice to see your faces. Why don't you tweet now? I'm at Yo Suheir Hammad, because there are other Suheir Hammads, which is great. But mine is Yo. So you could tweet that that's where you are, or your Facebook. Are you filming this? Are you guys filming this? For who? How? You're not even watching me. Watching you. You're watching me through a frame. What is going on with your brains, children? Yo, don't make me. I will call you out. You see, I called her up here for love. It's scary, right? To think that you're going to miss something. And you want to go back to it. That's how we live. Like, we're aware. And we're collecting all of this information to process at a later date. And we're exhausted now. And we're missing everything now. And when I began to write poems. There was no cameras and television. That wasn't my vision. And I don't know, has anyone here never been on stage before? Everyone here has been on the stage before? Then you know what it feels like. Put away your fucking phones. Actually, for that, I'm going to read a poem for Amy Winehouse. Yeah. This is Bird Song. Back to black, back to life, back to regality. All lush like gloss, so glamorous, slow motion, fast life. Nothing is bust, it seems, come undone often. Quest of vision, switch, see the stitch in people, what they hold. Corner tripping, secrets waiting, coming brings river. Channel a crossing, a dam, dressed in spectrum, dressed in dust, assault, a key, holder, not a keeper. Hoopoo, come here, coo, coo, crown, escape the form. This is a poem for Mahmoud Darwish. Yes, there was a Palestinian poet before I was born. And I remember him. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. Although he wrote in a language that was taken away from me. An earth in our throats, an earth in our throats, a song, a scale higher than walls. Our broken land we call home in song, a poem. In my hands, an empty basket, a bottle. August. This month of fairies casting men molding earth, how to raise a man drowned, how to answer death with birth. A poem. In my hands, flowers a joint, my country in my throat. I am one of 7 brides, married to sea, foam, smoking, praying bodies, married to the last sky, to poetry. Before she was language, after he entered me. He has gone somewhere else. The space between our footsteps, the farthest mosque to the country between us, the country in our throats, he's gone. Through the alchemist's diary, over the map of love, he went to the ones we have been waiting for, hands washing water to the one drop, to parting seas, to rivers, to lavender fields where the horses are not left alone, to where the butterfly rests her burden. In my throat, a song that is his country. In my hands, a poem that is earth. The poet carried his nation and nothing but paper to write, never sent letters. The poet carried his country in his throat, wine, cigarettes, women, drowning song. The people carried the poet through years, through tears, through passports, through airports. The people carried the poet overseas, under tongues turned foreign language. In an African Mediterranean sea, deeper still, there is our face. Peace onto the blessed mirror of the page. Peace onto the holy echo of the memorized. Peace unto all of Palestine. Peace, perfect peace. He has gone to the country of my dreams, to the earth in the attic, a time between ashes and rose, home to the men in the sun, the temperature of this water, the salt of this sea. Find him in your father's knees, distance between sisters, his mother's bread, scent of his beloved's hair. There is the poet there, in the words, under the fig tree. There are the 1,001 nights and the 13th bullet. There is the desire if only the sea could sleep. There is the Dad, which is home. There is the wish, which is wish. There is the map, which is body. There is the land, which carried me. In my hands, a oud, a book. In my throat, a people, his song. Where are you at? I'm gonna read so loud for you. This is your copy of your book. Those are your friends. I met them. You met in the bathroom. You heard. Of course. You know, women's bathrooms are amazing. Any men here been to the women's bathrooms? I won't bring you on stage, but thank you for raising your hand for that one. He was trying to get on stage for that one. That's what you wanted to be famous for? Oh, Habibi, is my voice too loud? Because you're sitting right by the speaker.
No, it's perfect.
Thank you.
I like your voice.
I look for you to help me. This is Sawah for Abdul Halim Hafiz. If you by chance come across my beloved, remind him of me, of these eyes and these hands. He will remember me as a poet and as a pair of eyes, a set of hands, too. This is what poets do. Fall in love over and out, they break hearts, poets do, and then wail when their own are bruised. Words carry no weight, meaning is in silence, in the space between history and hope. They divine watermelon seeds touch everything, counter philosophies, count on deities, poets live, cusping fear. For years they travel, exile a constant static state where they live, life is unreal until a kiss. This is the present they offer. When you find my beloved, the dark-haired, smiling-eyed one, remind him of me, of my laugh and my dance. Do not tell him I have cried nightly for him, waited for him. These words carry no weight. Simply remind him we are poets, each of us, travelers between history and hope. That was so loud. I appreciate you guys clapping after poems, and I'm out, but I do like it, as Remy said, as opposed to anything else. Yo, Star holding down the corner. Pick a number.
9.
Okay. Let's see what happens. Yeah, can I have another number?
7.
I'm gonna have another book, actually. Okay, 7. Okay, we'll do a poem for New Orleans. What's your name?
Brent.
Brent?
Brent, yes.
B-R-E-N-T?
Yes.
Thank you. No, I liked all your numbers. I like 9, 7. Actually, you picked so what? You picked the poem I had just read. That was pretty late. But yo, I love this poem. So after Hurricane Katrina, I went down to New Orleans, and I was there pretty much like the first civilians into the city, and I went into shelters, and I have to say, like, there were 2 things that from the shelters I always remember was, like, Brooklyn is like a pass in the world. So, like, if you say you're from Brooklyn and you really are, I would say to people, like, yeah, I'm from Brooklyn, I came to help. And they would just be like, yeah, you cool, is Jay-Z with you? Like, what's going on? And all of these people had been, interviewed and written out Red Cross paperwork, and it had been weeks by the time that I got there. And I will always remember that it mattered to them that I was a poet. And that's why they talked to me. Because at the point where you tell your story so many times to officialdom, an institution, using language that it doesn't even feel natural, by the time someone wants to come hear your story, sometimes you're angry and hungry and violent. You know, not all Palestinians are likable, for instance. And that has to be okay. Do you know what I mean? If you don't know what I mean, you can say, I don't know what the fuck you mean. Yeah, there's this thing about, like, these situations that bring out the point of your humanity or not. So this is a poem that I wrote a year after, because a year after Katrina, I went down to volunteer, Break Bayou. View our lives through the prism hurricane. Check what got flooded. Check what salt preserved. Check what wind kissed. You feeling me? See how we waited? See how we waited? Monarchs danced around us. Muttered lies, murdered in 5s and 10s and 20s. We age gracefully, our youth burns. We rhyme of rivers, swim in vernacular, forest paths, irrigated soil, migrated bloodlines coiled around our aching spines. Stereo our lives through sonic boom. Check how we crunk, check how we dip, check how we slide. We loud and muted. You hear me? Powerless. We take death into our own hands. Gold plate our teeth, we crip dance. Yes, we were sold dreams. Still, we bought them. Hear the receipt. We escaped, goaded. We marked and tattered. We never mattered. Feel me. We near washed away, almost bombed out. Brass rings us, exploded melody. The rushing of our flesh. We complex, son. Resented complexion. Life is court enough. God is witness. Hear me, feel me, kiss this. Thank you, Brent. I'm going to do a poem for Rachel Corey. Rachel Corey was a young college student from Olympia, Washington. It's like granola up there, and very... Well, wait, I don't know if is this the same Canada where the granola are, the gun people are too? No? You don't know no granola gun folks? Well, we have that in America. So Rachel Corey came from granola gun country, where a young 19-year-old girl could be sitting in an undergraduate class and be moved enough to go home and tell her parents that she wanted to spend a summer in Gaza, which is how it's pronounced in Olympia, Washington. There's a book of Rachel Corey's journals, which I would recommend you buy and read. On the brink of tears, sanity, and war, I feel hopeless and less than alive. What do we tell young people? How do we say your voice means nothing to those who think life is about power over others and greed? And where is it safe to think for yourself and try real hard to not want to hurt nobody? I don't want to hurt nobody, God knows. In Iraq, the children are looking towards the night sky with fear, as though there were no stars, only bombs in the cosmos. And they are afraid of the earth because they can count the cancers in their hoods now, where once there were none. And how do I tell American youth that popular culture means nothing to justice and everything to keeping them numb to the world? And how do I scream when I have no voice left? And who will answer these questions for me? Not Rachel Corey. She is dead. And no matter what any army says, I have seen the photos. And that woman was wearing orange, bright and alive one minute and dying under rubble the next. Even I, it seems, have developed a callous to the deaths of Palestinians because the murder of this white girl from Olympia, Washington has my heart breaking and my blood faint. Something like 10 Palestinians have been killed since yesterday when a Caterpillar bulldozer driven by a man demolished the home that was her body. If anyone knows her family, please relate to them my grief and my sorry. You can still find her phone number on the internet for meetings and organizing. You can still read her accounts of being in Palestine. She was a good writer. There are people who are writing, she shouldn't have been there in the first place. Now she is dead. Good riddance. Now she is dead. Treasonous bitch. What do I tell young people about non-violence when they can see for themselves how even orange bright and megaphone loud and cameras and U.S. citizenship will not stop your murder? I recall the days black boys were lynched and dismembered for looking at white women. Now tax dollars are crushing dissent wherever it blooms. Human shields for human targets. There are words I am taking back. I reclaim them and will no longer allow anyone to dictate my language. There is no right wing. A wing is of nature. And murder may be human, but it is not natural. Even if animals eat each other, is that what we are then? Animals? If so, claim it. There is no mother of all bombs. Blair, Sharon, Bush, all of them have mothers, and no matter what they do, there is something they love. White power, oil, the need to be God's only chosen, whatever, but they love something because their mothers love them. A bomb loves nothing, has no mother, is not about life. There's no mother of all bombs, only more mankind self-destruction, and there's no safety in being a bully. I know, because I have been bullied. And I know now with my gray hair and all that authentic power is not about others, but about self. This is not a poem. This is not a threat. This is a promise. God has a better imagination than all of us combined. And I do not know what form retribution will take, but I have seen karma happen, and it will again. And when it does, I will chant the names of the innocent, and I will stand with those who have kept their hands clean of blood and their hearts clear of hate. It is hard not to hate right now, but I have been loved. I have loved. And I know that those who dehumanize their enemy are only doing so to themselves. Peace work is justice work, is God's work. Rachel Corrie wrote, quote, "Nevertheless, I think about the fact that no amount of reading, attendance at conferences, documentary viewing, and word of mouth could have prepared me for the reality of the situation here. You just can't imagine it unless you see it. And even then, you're always well aware that your experience is not at all the reality. What with the difficulties the Israeli army would face if they shot an unarmed U.S. citizen, and with the fact that I have money to buy water when the army destroys wells, and of course, the fact that I have the option of leaving. Nobody in my family has been shot driving in their car by a rocket launcher from a tower at the end of a major street in my hometown. I have a home. I am allowed to go see the ocean." End quote. She is dead now, and the ocean will miss her gaze, Palestine will miss her heart, but mostly her family will miss her breath. And the president of the US has all but declared war on Iraq, so more deaths are promised. What do I tell young people about anything, especially humanity and morality? Slightly a month before her murder, Rachel wrote home, quote, "Many people want their voices to be heard, and I think we need to use some of our privilege as internationals to get those voices heard directly in the US, rather than through the filter of well-meaning internationals such as myself. I am just beginning to learn from what I expect to be a very intense tutelage." All right, turn off your phones and put down your cameras. I'm gonna read it again. I'm gonna do a few more poems. Sorry if I yell at you and shit, but you know. Yani Amjad, how many times should a person say put down that? Like the guy in the blue, I'm looking right at him. Now everybody's looking at you. Come up here now. Just come up here now. I know you're a doctor and it's really important. Just come keep me company, no, for real, because it's lonely up here. I'm looking right at you. All of the people who don't listen to me. So then you're really gonna love me after this, because you're gonna be like, she does that shit for what? Exactly. Do you like Nas? Do you like rap music? No. What kind of music do you like?
Chill out.
Chill out. That's like not me. I don't have a chill out poem. Wait, shit, that was a bad setup. I'm gonna read you my Nas poem, because that's what it is. Alright. Okay. So if you like Nas, then you would know that in this very short poem, there's 18 references to one album. But I'll just let the crazy hip-hop sneakerheads tell you that later. Habibi got this complex occupation. 9 lyric nines, I carry him. Poetry that's a part of me. Sit at attention. Checked, well pointed. Intern direction. Myrrh, smoke, mirror, scent, rose, water. All ever saved me was a token. A ghetto loop. Hood, hoop, earrings, rolled up, blessed, sweat. Our Lady of everything is everything. Gin on ice, calm. Conte Moro throated, Nefertiti bust, Ogun iron skirted past halftime. Quarter noted, collect calls. New York upstate of emergency, mind the gap between Genesis and now. One time, for those ain't here, my brothers, ready to die. Coming out of ancient Queens Bridge to future space, Afro-Asiatic astro destiny. Maktub, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Eshu, born into a theft. Disarmed weapons communicate bodies dispersed forever urban. Isis hid herself in Pharaoh's torso. Anna hides self in Habibi's gypsy song. Accorded notes or plated tones. Were we still looking for our world? That's good?
Yeah, it's tough to be here.
No, say it on the mic, say it on the mic.
Yeah, it's tough to be here, you know?
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I did catch him using his phone, but see, it wasn't violent. Like, we could come to resolutions. We could even come to better resolutions than we can imagine. I don't need to be right. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that about? I mean, I need to be right about certain things, but not like on stage trying to have a conversation, because at the end of the day, there's only one mic here, right? So it feels like I'm just talking at you. But that's not what I'm interested in. I could have stayed home for that. Who's going to pick a number?
25.
25.
5.
Well, they're all odd numbers, which is great. Did you notice?
I know.
واحدة بتقولي I guess, واحدة بتقولي I don't know, the other one didn't care. Like, that's what happens when you ask questions to people, they answer. Okay, I'm gonna read, is this the third poem in here? Good word. Okay. I want to read one of the poems that has a lot of Arabic in it. Yay for Arabic, it's a language. And I come to it very broken. I'm so thankful that you guys all came out on a Friday night. I really appreciate it. I don't have a car in Toronto, but I'm here for a couple more days. If you see me walking in the street in this freezing weather, like, don't come up behind me because I will run. But slowly come up and be like, are you cold? Do you need to go? I mean, no, they're taking care of me.
Anywhere you want to go.
Where? Where are you at? No, you have to come up so I can see you. Because she said, I'm going to drive you anywhere you want to go. That was like a promise. Come up. You're going to...
Anywhere at all. I don't care.
Oh, will you stay with me then? I'll finish this poem. Wait, this is like, this is not a musical chair. Wait, it's Pauline. Hi, everybody. Hi. Give her a shout. No. Can you please give her a hand? A little bit. Okay, this is a little bit. So let's see if you got it. You want to sit?
Sure.
So there's Arabic in here, but there's no translation.
I feel like it's a test I didn't study for.
No, you got it already. The victory is yours. You already won. You don't want up here, girl. Good?
Alright.
Okay. Windbreaker, Feiruz, turquoise, dawn ears ring voice Diwan, Detroit, divine, smokeful lips fall on back, bow back, museum, Mezzeh, Sabra, Jordan, black, June in Jerusalem, Bi'elbek, almonds, coffee, Darwish, the 80s, the ground, the zeros, tablet in Brooklyn air so thick, beat hung there, hips reflected the breath, someone was drumming to accompany the dying and the living, somewhere far and somewhere close, a sweeping, find shelter in a cross, a reckoning, find none at all. People looking to be seen, even if the last moments, even if afterlife. Last fall, her birthday, I asked my homegirl what she wants. بقلبك. She leaps to fall in love. Aww. I offer earrings. And we kiss the Beirut sky color of bruised healing. Kiss it born, kiss it ill, kiss it youth, kiss it prison, kiss it collective, kiss it punishment, kiss it viral, kiss it infected, kiss it missing, kiss it childhood, kiss it water, kiss it dignity, kiss it burning, kiss it alone, kiss it so alone, kiss it, kiss it. Habibi wants the moon, but the moon is far away, a city in exile. بقلبي أنا نار, curl of flame, jeweled arms, flash smile, flash flesh, perfect cut, damaged tapestry, vintage design with no weapons, dressed to kill. It means you don't die from the powerlessness of it, from the leap to fall in love, from believing in rebuilding. Pauline, thank you. You stay up and we'll have more time. I'm going to read one more poem tonight, and I thank you in advance. And when I make my way to the bathroom, let me get there. Before everybody, please. Don't make me ask twice when I get to the bathroom after this. Wait, Shadi and Amin are here? Are you guys sitting, are you together?
No, we're Shadi.
Oh my gosh. Now, did everybody come here with people that they know?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to read one more poem, and before I do, I'd like for you to meet someone you didn't know before you came here tonight, because you all came to hear some poetry. That's pretty wild. Yeah, so meet someone in these 2 minutes that you did not meet. Do you want me to come? Hi, I'm Suheir. All Holy History Band. Unwritten books predicted the past, projected future, but my head unwraps around what appears limitless, man's creative violence. Whose son shall it be? Which male child will perish a new day? Our boys' deaths galvanize. We cherish corpses. We mourn women complicated. Bitches get beat daily. Prophets made, prophets ignored. Worn tooth, enamel, salted lemon childhoods, all colors run, none of us solid. Don't look for shadow behind me, I carry it within. I live cycles of light and darkness. Rhythm is half silence. I see now I never was one and not the other. Sickness, health, tender, violence. I think now I never was pure. Before form, I will storm. I think now I never was pure. Before storm, I was blind, ignorant. I still am. Humanity contracted itself, blind, malignant. I never was pure. Girl spoiled before ripened. Language can't math me. I experience exponentially. Everything is everything. One woman loses 15, maybe 20 members of her family. One woman loses 6. One woman loses her head. One woman searches rubble. One woman feeds on trash. One woman shoots her face. One woman shoots her husband. One woman straps herself. One woman gives birth to a baby. One woman gives birth to borders. One woman no longer believes love will ever find her. One woman never did. Where do refugee hearts go? Broken, displaced, where they're not from, don't want to be missed, faced with absence. We mourn each one, or we mean nothing at all. My spine curves spiral, precipice running to and running from human beings, cluster bombs left behind, de facto landmines, a smoldering grief, harvest, contaminated tobacco, harvest bombs, harvest baby teeth, harvest palms, smoke, harvest witness, smoke, salvation, smoke, resolutions, smoke, redemption, smoke, breathe. Do not fear what has blown up. If you must fear the unexploded. Peace out, Toronto. Thank you.